to the Wokingham Art Society Jubilee Frieze. This is a tribute to our wonderful Queen in the year of her Diamond Jubilee 2012. The Wokingham Art Society first began to swap ideas shortly after the first Town Hall brainstorming meeting last autumn with the Wokingham Town Council Diamond Jubilee Committee to see how we could participate in the Jubilee celebrations in Wokingham. In January, the Art Society Committee got together with the idea grew like mad from several inputs. Like a Rolf Harris Henry VIII Holbein huge jigsaw, or painting the complete coronation process. In the end, it was decided to paint a frieze, depicting highlights from the Queen's 60 years. The frieze was first on display on June the 3rd, the big lunch day in Wokingham Town Hall, from 12:30 until 4. At 10 o'clock, the Lord Lieutenant of the Royal County of Berkshire, Mrs. Mary Bayliss, and various other dignitaries viewed it after the Remy parade. The community was invited to make a contribution by drawing self-portraits. These drawings were cut out and added to the frieze. When the frieze was on view in the town hall, many of the public, including children, drew pictures of themselves, cut them out, and we attached them to the crowd scene. This created an ever-growing crowd watching the events pass by. In addition, we also produced a Jubilee Frieze quiz with lots of interesting questions to encourage the children to learn more about this important era. I'm sure many adults were finding it interesting too. The frieze begins at treetops in Africa, where Princess Elizabeth heard about the death of her father. She came back to England and was then crowned Queen Elizabeth. At the same time, Edmund Hillary had conquered Everest. For the coronation, many of us remember sitting in front of our little black and white television sets and the wonderful street parties. The first TV broadcast was in 1957. The Queen loved her Sandringham house, and we can see her opening the state opening of Parliament. We also had Royal Command performances. On the frieze, you will see the many Prime Ministers that have served throughout her reign. Prince Andrew was born in 1960. That year, the Queen visited the Vatican City. One of our special celebrations each year is the Trooping of the Colour. Prince Edward was born in 1964. That year, the death penalty was suspended, and Malta gained independence. Sadly, Winston Churchill passed away. '66 was a great year in football when England won the World Cup. Prince Philip loves his carriage riding and was often seen driving four in hand in competitions. In 1967, the Queen launches the QE2. The Queen loves her dogs and her horses. In 1969, Concorde made its maiden flight. Prince Charles was invested as Prince of Wales at Carnarvon Castle. And we went decimal. In 1972, the Queen made her first visit to Singapore, Malaysia, and Brunei. She opened the Sydney Opera House in 1973. And she visited Papua New Guinea. In 1977, the Queen celebrated her Silver Jubilee. She took a tour of the UK and the Commonwealth. Red Rum won the Grand National. And England celebrated the 100th Wimbledon Tennis Championships with Virginia Wade winning the ladies' single trophy. Maggie Thatcher was our first female Prime Minister. The Queen toured the African Commonwealth countries. In 1981, we had a royal wedding of Charles and Diana. In 1982, there was the Falklands War. An unfortunate incident happened when there was an intruder in the Queen's bedroom, but we're led to believe that the expression that was used by the maid has become a family expression. Prince William was christened in 1982. In 1986, Prince Andrew married Sarah Ferguson. The Queen and her family thoroughly enjoy Royal Ascot every year. The Queen loves her horses, and when Ronald Reagan, the American president, visited Great Britain, she rode with him at Balmoral in Scotland. So quick, bright things come to confusion. Diana sits at the Taj Mahal. Windsor Castle had a dreadful fire, and the Queen celebrated her birthday with a Guildhall speech, but spoke of her annus horribilis. In 1994, the Channel Tunnel opened, linking France and England. World War II 50th anniversary celebrations continued. Then sadly, Princess Diana was killed in a car accident. Prince Edward marries Sophie Rhys-Jones in 1999. In 2000, we celebrated the millennium. The Queen Mother's 100th birthday. And we remember many royal garden parties. In 2002, we lost the Queen Mother. She was 101. And we lost Princess Margaret. Later, the Queen celebrated her Golden Jubilee. In 2002 we also celebrated the Commonwealth Games in Manchester. In 2005 the Pope died and 4 million people attended the Vatican. The Prince of Wales married Camilla Parker Bowles. In 2005, sadly, we had bombings in London. We also celebrated the bicentenary of the Battle of Trafalgar. The Queen viewed many ships in Portsmouth Harbour. The Queen visited Canada. And then, in 2011, Prince William married Catherine Middleton. The last veterans of the Great War attended the memorial service in 2008. And finally, we lead up to the celebrations for the Queen's Diamond Jubilee. The St. Edmund's crown, and we have added the world's largest diamond. We hope that Wokingham's answer to the Bayer Tapestry will have a longer life than Jubilee Week, and that it is viewed as a document of modern history. There have been 11 main artists, each painting either 1 or 2 panels, each 2 meters long, making a total frieze length of 34 meters. A similar number of society members have also made great contributions towards the painting process. These 17 panels were then connected by a ribbon as a timeline, showing the relevant dates of the scenes depicted on each panel.